Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome back to the CSTV. I'm your host, Kathleen Igaltoto, Madam CS, and this is The Striker. Stay tuned and have a true intro. The Striker today leads us to the security issues in the 2022 general elections in Kenya. What is happening? Missing IPC personnel, others dying under mysterious circumstances, others decrying threats and ethnic profiling into their duty. What's happening? Stay tuned and let's have this discussion raw and real. The 9th August 2022 general elections in Kenya. A case of a returning officer who went missing only to be found dead few days later. Another one was to die 1 week later under mysterious circumstances. Other returning officers declining threats and ethnic profiling in the line of their duty. Conflicted presidential results with the Azimio coalition petitioning the declaration of Dr. William Samoei Ruto as the president-elect of Kenya at the Supreme Court of Kenya. Which way, Kenya? Stay tuned and let's have this discussion. Welcome back. Right now in Kenya, much of the focus is on the conflicted presidential results and the petition at the Supreme Court of Kenya that is supposed to hear this case and give the country the direction. But apart from these conflicted presidential results, a lot is happening. And I'm saying a lot is happening because we have cases of people who are declaring about their security, the IPC officials. We also have cases of IPC officials who have died in mysterious circumstances. And this leaves the whole situation in a state of questioning in terms of the safety of the people who participated in the electoral process as officials in the country. Now, Mr. Msioka, the returning officer of Embakasi East, went missing. And then a few days later, on the 16th of August, actually the day when the electoral results were to be given out, he was found dead. He was the returning officer of a Tailing Center, the East Africa College of Aviation. And even with post-mortem, there's no clear results to tell the Kenyans of what actually happened. Although reports indicate that there are aspects of struggle in his body that reflects somebody who was brutally murdered or brutally killed. 1 week later, Mr. Chofri, returning officer, also dies in mysterious circumstances in Nanyuki. He feels sick, dizzy, rushed to hospital and dies. And I'm asking these questions because we also have the IPC returning officers who are alive decrying intimidation, threats, and ethnic profiling in the line of their duty. Meeting with the Director of Public Prosecution on the August 2022, 24th, they declared that they are intimidated. The chairperson of IPC, Chepkati, had to postpone elections in some counties like Kakamega and Mombasa because of what is said that there's intimidation and profiling of IPC returning officers and personnel. This comes after a big divide has been witnessed in IPC among the commissioners. Now, the question is, how safe are the people who work for the IPC in this particular country? And I'm asking this question because this is not the first time we are having a case of IPC officials being killed or electoral officials being killed. In 2017, Chris Msando went missing. And then a few days later, he was found dead. 5 years down the line, we have not had answers to these questions. Who killed Chris Msando and why was he killed? Before we can get even the answers to these questions, another person has died under similar circumstances. Who killed Mr. Musyoka and why? Before we could answer these two questions for the case of Musyoka, another returning officer has died under mysterious circumstances. What killed him? What is happening? We have returning officers who are talking about being threatened. The question is, who is threatening them? And why are they being threatened? And I'm asking all these questions because elections in Kenya, especially the presidential elections in Kenya, has become a matter of life and death for the contestants. It is a win or die thing for these people. To an extent that we have the people working at the electoral body, that is the IEBC, are not safe. I think it has reached a point whereby if you actually advertise for a job in IEBC, very few are likely to apply because you do not know whether you will survive that electoral cycle. And my question is, when these people die, we paint a lot of stories about their death. And I want to tell you why it is fishy. These deaths are fishy, and why even the explanations given about them is fishy. It's the same explanation. We tend to sexualize their deaths. When Chris Msando died in 2017, what came out so broadly or so pronounced was the fact that he was killed alongside a side chick or a girlfriend, you know. So Chris was killed and the girlfriend was also killed. And so what was carrying the weight of today was the fact that Chris is a married man and was found dead along another woman, you know, which for me does not make sense. Why are we running away from the fact that somebody has been killed and now start developing the circumstances the person is killed along with? Are we so sure that even that these people actually are the true girlfriends, or is it just a case of somebody being murdered and, you know, somebody being planted there? Of course, I followed the documentary of logging out Msando that was done by, I think, the NTV, if not KTN. And yes, the family of the girl who died along Chris Msando came out to speak. But why was Chris killed should be the first question to be answered. Why were they killed? Why? Why at that particular time? And why are we taking so much the narrative of a man being killed alongside the side chick and not an electoral officer being killed at the time when actually services were highly needed at IEBC? Musyoka has died. And then the report that has been given from what was called the CCTV footage again brings in another woman that he's seen talking with another woman, with a woman. So why is this talking of a woman, you know, why is this entanglement of a woman becoming the order of the day when it comes to political and missing of political assassinations and missing of people in the country? So later on, we will have a narrative that, you know, Musyoka was enjoying herself with another girl. And, you know, why are we running away from the fact that this is a returning officer who died on duty, you know? Where were the security then? Why can't we have this woman? Why can't we have this woman brought on board? You know, we interrogate, what were you talking about? Why do we sexualize the entire aspects of people who have been murdered? The same thing happened to Jacob Chuma. He was not linked to any IEBC thing. But when he died, you know, the story of the lady she was with carried the order of the day. So for me, looking at these cases, and I'm looking at these three cases, honestly, we have the tendency of sexualizing political assassinations in this country. And that is very wrong. We need to deal with political assassinations as political assassinations. And stop shifting the card to the morality of the victim. We should stop shifting the card to the, I don't know, infidelity, Stop talking about this person loves side chicks, these people love women. No, we should not do that. Let's be very honest and let's have this honest conversation and honest interrogation and honest investigations. I think for a country like Kenya, we should be able to have the right apparatus to trace missing individuals and come up with true findings of what actually happened. And the fact that, for example, the case of Msando, we have never had answers to who killed him and why he was killed 5 years down the line, tells you that it's a deliberate effort by some individuals for these answers not to be given unto the public. Why are we making elections in Kenya a slaughterhouse? Why are we making IEPC a signature towards the officials' deaths? I just believe that we really need answers. In as much as we are looking at what will happen after the Supreme Court's verdict, I believe that true Kenyans right now, we should be asking questions about the missing of IEPC officials, their mysterious deaths. I think for a true Kenyan, that should be your greatest worry. Because you don't know whether tomorrow you will be the one working at the IEPC and your life will as well be taken the way the one of Msando was taken, the way Musyoka's has been taken. We don't know whether you will be the one dying mysteriously, just the way Shofri has died. We don't know whether you will be the one decrying for your safety, just the way the returning officers right now are decrying for their safety. We don't know whether you will be the one to be on exile, running away for your asylum, just the way Akombe ran away in 2017. So what I'm trying to say here is, guys, actually, it doesn't matter who rules this particular country. What matters is the safety of this country. That's the truth. It does not matter who rules this country. What is very important is to have safe elections where the officials and the voters feel safe during and after an election. But if we have a situation whereby we have officials dying, officials feeling unsafe during and after the election exercise, then that means there's a problem in this country. There is a problem in this country. I'm so much worried and I'm so much concerned as a citizen that now we have a lot of gaslighting from both coalition supporters. We have gaslighting. The officials from both coalitions are gaslighting their supporters, and each of them is so confident and trying to manipulate everything around what has been provided by IEPC to suit their own interests. But nobody is really coming out and pressing for investigations and quick investigations and true answers to be given concerning the deaths and the security threats that are being issued to these people. We really want quick action by the Supreme Court to tell us who is the president. But we don't want quick action to be told who's killing the IEPC officials and why are they being killed. So for me, it is a call to the security agencies, the investigation agencies in the country. Please, Kenya need answers. Who is killing the IEPC officials? Why do they miss? Why the same story, missing, found, death? Why? Why is that the case? And why do we have a split within IEPC itself? Is IBC actually independent, or it is a body that is fine-tuned by somebody somewhere? Let's have the discussion. Drop your comments below.